But if you hold faith in diligence, oh, you look at it. I don't know if you have a ceremony. So the zinc. That doesn't mean that it's a wishing well here.
Six and under, free Macaulay. Today you're 6. He's got a full-blown beard, yeah. So we have to unlearn things. We have to start new, start this fresh, this season, this celebration. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing when you start to able to see the bigger picture. Even though there might be things that are going to happen, and things are going to happen in your life that's going to punch you. You're able to take it. Then there's one life is going to punch you and you're going to stagger. Then there's one that life is going to punch you and it's just going to knock you out. Now here's the thing, always keep in mind. You're not defined by how you fall. You're defined by how you rise after you fall. You get back up. You look at that line, that finish line. I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna run the race. I'm gonna run it full force. Instead of thinking, some of us we quit running. I can't do it. Talk to no one, Nathan. I can't do it. You're like, yes, you can. You can clean up your room. We're gonna go to Walmart. We're waiting on you. But I can't do it. Keep on less so we can get going. No, I don't want to do it. That's what we shut it. We're the same way then. When Creator asks us to do something, or some of our prayers that we said, we can't do it. I can't get the education. I don't have the ability. I can't run because I'm not close over here on this side. We have the ability. Creator believes it, but we pull up a list. This Creator, this is the reason why I can't do it. I have no money to go back to school. Who's going to watch my kids? I got too many bills. The creditors are calling me right now for my truck payment. I can't even make my truck payment. Just laugh when the creditors are calling you next time, right? Laugh when they say your truck payment is late. Do this in the phone. They're going to be late next month too. What I'm saying is, it's going to be all right. Just think where your life is at right now. The biggest problems that you have overcome, but at the time they were huge. They were big, but you overcame. So the next problem that you face, you have the ability. Now you have the ability. You learn just like the kid learns. Learns how to lie with, but learn how to undo those things. I thought, wouldn't you? But Jones in the case. Talk about each other in a good way. That's what we have to learn, because modern society tells us that we shouldn't talk about other people in a good way. We should criticize them. Social media, whatever that. Because of you, I'm like this today. Oh, she thinks she's so good looking. She doesn't even wear makeup. Oh man, it's just filled with all these things that it's just blinding you. They even make it to where the phone that now you can just wear it like this. Where this is supposed to be our reality, right? But yet this is reality right here. It said, buy this one, $7,000, and you can experience reality. But there's one of us that's going to say, hey, wait a minute. We don't need this. We are the reality. We're living the reality. Living the dream. Count your blessings, not your problems. So let's go back to the parent and the kid. If you had to spoil a kid, no, I don't like this toy. I don't like this toy you bought me. I want something better. First thing we're going to say is, you spoiled little brat. I'm not going to buy you anything more. We have that mentality ourselves, we get into that mindset that I don't like the blessing you gave me, I want more. I just can't just live with just this. I want more. I want more of this rather than count your blessings. I can see, I can laugh. I have a job, so now I'm just going to know my coworkers, man, Johnny get, thank you, Creator, today. Johnny get, say, Jay 90. I'm going to continue, even though it's hard, I'm going to continue. Always remember when you talk about somebody, whether it's good or whether it's bad, there's 3 more right underneath that finger. You point at somebody. Turn it upside down. There's 3 more pointing right back at you. Leila, it's because of them. Leila, just see. Because of them, I can't get over this. But if you talk good about somebody, that's the teaching. Thank you today. Thank you, my coworker. Are you're Jonah in your pants. Oh man, that makes somebody feel better. Wow, that's pushing me to the next level. I mean, I'm going to extremes, but I'm helping you to realize. Yeah. Casey's over here. What, really? Wrangler butt driving me nuts. So the sobriety road is really tough because you battle yourself. Anything that you have with addiction, even like the social media can become an addiction. Even money can become an addiction. You take it one step at a time. Even if you're let's go deeper than that. The money, drugs, alcohol, pornography, all these things, they can become an addiction. Then you've gotten out of the teaching of case, because that can infect your mind. That can infect your spirit. Remember that evil is not just a demon that stands in front of you. It can sit right there on your shoulder and get into your thoughts. Anger, frustration, that's the work of evil. Not trusting. These are the things that we know better. We know better, but sometimes we want to go down that road. And I did. I went down that road. I went down the road of yeah. I went down the road of suicide before I ever got into comedy. It's a tough subject to talk about, but I'm a big believer in talking about these things. And if it helps somebody, if you ever encounter something like that, you're gonna go back into your file and your memory, and you're gonna say, okay, this is what was talked about. This is what was faced, because we might even face it ourselves. In Farmington, we faced a tragedy. The next town over, called Aztec, New Mexico, had a tragedy at the school. Never would I ever imagine that it would hit that close to home. My kids go to school at Piedra Vista High School. This is the next school over. I got 2 in high school, senior and a freshman. What if this were to happen at that school? What am I going to do? Am I going to be fearful? I'm going to have to remain calm, first of all. Pray and have faith. Let us get through this. Because that little community was shook, and not only that, but it put a wave through all of New Mexico. And even if that were to happen in our communities. So always be mindful. As Mr. James said, be aware of your surroundings. If these things happen, if you see something odd, if you see a person it's not acting in the right way, you know your spirit will tell you. But if we're on these things, how's that spirit going to tell you if you're constantly over here? So they look up like, oh man. There was a lady on her phone in California who almost walked off into the pier, into the ocean because of this thing. How can you miss the ocean? Don't miss the ocean. Don't miss the ocean. Sometimes we gotta put them away. But suicide was one of those where I took the 1,000 count Tylenol. This is not working fast enough, so I went into the drawer of the kitchen and grabbed a knife and I slit my wrist. I mean, this was when I was 28 years old. That's the one. That was almost a knockout punch. But I was able to lift myself back up. It became reality when you're strapped to a bed and when you're on suicide watch. Because I totally forgot about the teaching. And believe me, that there's gonna be punches. God forbid that you're gonna face that knockout punch. But don't think any less of yourself. You're unique. You're the only one that has that fingerprint in the whole wide world. So when you get arrested, that's the reason why they put your thumbprint like that. On the day, you're the only one that has that fingerprint. On your phone, you gotta open your phone through your own. Nobody else can open your phone unless they chop your finger off and then they roll it on your phone. But that's how unique you are. You're born, and we tend to just criticize ourselves. Oh, I don't like the way I look. I don't like the way I gained weight. I don't like the way Kodishnak is named on this side when I speak. And ladies, you're beautiful as is. You don't gotta change anything about you. You're beautiful right there. But ladies go through extreme measures to make themselves look beautiful. I didn't realize this, but ladies will pluck their eyebrows. That's painful. I tried it. That one cockroach antenna, yeah. Every man has that one cockroach antenna. That's why in tribal council, but oh, you're not. But ladies will pluck them out. All of it, on both sides, not just one side, both sides. That's painful. And then they'll draw it back in. Some of y'all ladies don't know how to draw. You draw it too high. Some will draw it too low so they look like Indian house service, I guess. At an early age, I was taught to listen to the woman's voice because of our moms, right? Our moms will discipline you. Clear across the room, Leda Hachasaziki. She doesn't even have to say anything, just her facial expression. So I had to listen to the woman's voice at an early age. That's the reason why I came here by GPS. There was a lady's voice that came out of my GPS. Turn left and point 9 miles. Approaching destination. Ladies, this lady that's on my GPS system, she's a white lady. She's nice to me. She doesn't put me down if I miss the turn off. No. That's okay, James. Just turn around at your earliest convenience. You're gonna be okay. You'll get there. You'll get there. What if there was a native woman's voice that came out of that GPS system? Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Can you imagine what that would say to you if Mr. Chernoff? How did you grab the keys from me this morning? You don't own this truck. I own this truck. I pay the bills. I even wash your shorts now. That's why there's so many men hitchhiking out of Gallup. Oh man, but I'll leave you with this last story. We'll wind it down with this last story. I want you to have a good Christmas, not just a good Christmas, but a blessed Christmas. It's not getting what you want, but it's about giving what you already have. The best gift is your presence to your family. Your presence. Go to them. Hug them. Because you never know when you might have that punch. When you might have that knockout punch. It doesn't matter what any gift you'll ever give them. The one thing you'll always remember, even last year, you're going to remember who was there with you celebrating. Who would have known that that would have been the last time there was going to be our Christmas Janita? That's the greatest gift, giving what you already have. Until we remember and realize those things. It's not about the gifts. Gifts, you can buy a gift anytime, any place, anywhere. But you are the gift. You're the gift to your family. You're a gift to your work. You're talented. You're talented. You're gifted. And I pray prosperity over you. Healing. I realize this thing. Sometimes things are going to hurt. We all face tragedy. I'm facing the tragedy right now. But in due time, I know it's going to get better. Somebody's going to need to hear that. You need to hear that. You're worth it. Don't let nobody tell you you're not worth it. Because you are. Creator thinks that. Don't buy into the fact that what people say about you is true. Because that's a lie. I went to Africa back in 2012. Who'd have ever thought right now I'll go to Africa? Oh man. Third world country to another third world country. Never was I so thankful for Indian Health Service. All those years making me wait in their waiting rooms. And wait, and wait, and wait. We wait in IHS waiting room in pain and misery. Have you ever just healed yourself and just walked out? You're like, hey man, we left Albuquerque bound for London. You know, around here, I'm a Navajo. I'm a Navajo Hopi. And then when you get on a bigger scale, you're a Native American. On a bigger scale, oh man, you're an American Indian. And I never, ever expected that I was going to be pegged for being a Chinese guy or a Japanese guy or a Filipino guy. Because we were changing planes in Dallas right at the same moment the Japanese airlines had landed. They were speaking their language. I was like, Panda Express is over there. It wouldn't stop, right? So, all right. You're going to talk to me in your language, let me talk to you in mine. They all shrugged their shoulders. I was like, good, our code is not broken. Amen. London, oh man, we got to London. Then we had to take another plane. 18 hours all the way to a place called Nairobi, Africa, which is right there in Kenya. The Republic of Kenya had to change their money from US dollars. $200 had to change to African shillings. 2,800 African shillings. Man, I never had that much money in my pocket. I sure hope there's a Walmart in Africa. Oh man, got to Africa, right? Phone service, oh man, I'm a million miles away from home, from my homeland. Kenyatta International Airport, Nairobi, Africa, Kenya. Oh man. To me, they were telling us, when you go out of the airport, be careful because the people there of Africa, especially the men, are the one that usually make the men, so they still have that man-woman mentality there in Africa. Oh yeah, we got out then. So I was like, is this by choice? Because you start to think about what these things mean to you. is this by choice? Did they have no shoes by choice? So I asked the question, I was like, how come they all have no shoes? And the guy tells us, they can't afford shoes. Whoa. I never even thought twice about putting on shoes this morning. But here it is, there's a place in the world where people live without. And then he says they don't eat every day, they only eat on certain days. And that was flooring to me because, man, we just had a nice dinner. We just had a nice lunch. Not much. How many servings you want? 1, 2, 3? Ooh, Creator is smiling upon us. And he asks you how much you want to eat. But yet, there's people, our brothers, our African brothers, that don't have that luxury. Don't even have the luxury of shoes. That's what I mean, count your blessings. Even your shoes, your mind, your body. Oh God, Lord, we bless ourselves, touch ourselves. You're so thankful on the inside. But Jamie, it's not that when you meet people like that. And I had that mentality of, what's on the other side? What can I run to? What can I explore? I'm not stopping at the finish line. I'm going beyond. We got in 3 vans. 1 was for our luggage. 2 was for the team. I will never complain about another reservation road as long as I live. Roads in Africa were rough. So rough. Have you ever had your fat talk to you when you're going down the washboard road? Speed bump every 10 miles because they don't have patrol officers on the highway. Go over a speed bump. Yeah. Oh man. I realize now why we make that sound. It's because of our roll. Our roll thrusts up on our diaphragm, therefore it's thrusting out the yin sound. I was looking at Yo's picture about building some houses and that. It's like that's the message that I want to deliver. That's modern tools. You got everything. You got tractors. When we got there to build houses, 1 shovel between 16 of us. That was the third world country. I was like, holy cow! Where's the pickaxe? Where's the shovel? Where's the tractor? Then, but it took me back. It took me back to when I built the Hogan in the mountains of Tolina with my Nellis team. And we were building it. He was talking to me at the same time. And when they speak to you very sternly. It's because they want you to know something. They want you to learn something. It's not, oh baby, put it right there. Okay, you're okay. They wanted you to be tough because they knew that life was tough. They knew about these knockout punches. And they would always tell you, don't challenge the It's always out of love. It seems that generation after me forgot about that. Child abuse, no man, we got whipped. We had to go break our own stick off. If you broke off a little bitty one, you got whipped with that one till that one broke, and then you went to go break another one off. But we learned first tough. I credit that to my mama. My mama. She's back in 71. Just out of Vietnam, facing PTSD, what was now called PTSD. But back then, nobody knew this. Steve James June Sr. at the end there, he died in a head-on car collision right outside of Tohatchi. Just came back, just got discharged from Vietnam. So my mom always says, man, just like your dad, just the things that you do, the way you meticulously do things. Just a spitting image of your dad. So yeah, we've had those knockout punches. And I'm sure you have faced those knockout punches. But that has set me up for success. Everything that you've been through has been setting you up for success down the road. You'll never be homeless. So when we're building those houses, putting sticks in the ground, just by hand. Here, you, Gazungo. She says, Gazungo? What does Gazungo mean? What is Gazungo? That means a tourist. I was like, wow. I've never been grouped with white people ever in my life. This is what it feels like. I'm a Gazungo. I'm a tourist. You, Gazungo, take that dirt out with this bowl. And it's just on hands and knees, just digging out that dirt. That one digging bar. We dug the hole, and then we tear the floor down, and then we were tying sticks to the side. Whew, this is familiar. I started to well up with tears. I started to have a tear fall down. Man, one more time. One more time, speak to me. I was just a kid when he left. When he left to go to be with the Holy One. Man, if I could just have that one day back. Just that one day. Tell me again. Tell me again. Speak to me. We built 22 houses in the 26 days that we were there. Just like that. Nothing fancy. Mud on the side and tin roof over the top. Last day we were standing there. Oh man, it's hot, man. It's 100 degrees with 100% humidity. The Indian is just melting off of me. Last house, man, we're sitting there. We haven't even put the mud on. Just, man, I get to go home tomorrow. Oh man, I miss home. I miss my family. I miss the Navajo Nation. I missed y'all. Man, is that Navajo? Nothing. Man. You can't smell the sheep in the air. It's like, man, I want a lot of burger with chili, with green, with cheese. American cheeseburger. United States of America, that's my home. United States, we have our own reservation. We have our own language. That's how blessed we are. So when I make a speech, yes, it means something. It's not just for votes. It means something. But I had to go on the outside, I had to seek, I had to go to find that answer. I had to stop jogging and I had to start running. That's the last house we built, she points at me, she says, you, Red Indian. Wow, I've never been called Red Indian in my life. I felt like I should have long hair, take my shirt off. Oh man, no. She says, you Red Indian, you came here, you helped build these houses. Thank you, Red Indian. Red Indian, I want you to pray for my house. I don't want you to pray in English. I want you to pray in your language. This lady I never met is clear on the other side of the world. Thinks that my culture and my language is pretty special. I had to start taking it pretty special myself. We are unique. We're the original. And the original is always better than a copy. We're not Navajo. We're not anything else. We're Native Americans. We're Navajos. We're so unique. We have our own clan system. Whenever troubled time comes, we know that we can rely on our relatives. As Gandhi says, if you want to see change, go and be the change that you want to see. You're in a job, you're doing a wonderful job. No matter how much people are saying you're doing wrong, you're doing so much right. Be blessed. Thank you guys. I'm James Jennings.